Presenting about income inequalities in America. So I have about income inequality. Income inequality is the unequal difference in the amount of income a person makes in society. The groups that are most impacted by this include people of color, people living in poverty, children, people with disabilities, and many more. In America, the top 1% of the population the accounts for 20% of the total income that's distributed to all of society. So over here, I have a graph that's explaining the amount of income people have made. This graph is going to be the women, and then this graph is the men. And then we have our groups up here. As you can see, white men are the leading income or have the most income. And then results of income inequality: decreased economic growth. Lower income households tend to spend less money, while wealthier households tend to save money. So as nobody's has the money to purchase anything, the demand for that product is going to go down. We have increased poverty around the world as prices get more expensive, paired with the fact that we aren't getting paid more as a result of that. It can create a burden within families that are trying to find that extra money that they're having to make up for with the inflation. It can also cause health issues with no access to the funds. People are left without health care or insurance or just um, a simple payment at the doctor that could help them in the long run. People are more likely to remain in poverty. So kids who grew up in poverty are more likely to remain there because they don't have the necessary education. They assume that it's going to be basically the same throughout their life. And then there's going to be a lot of obstacles that they have to overcome, and maybe they don't know how to do that efficiently. Some of the solutions I came up with was to raise the minimum wage. The current minimum wage in some states is still $7.25, and with the prices reaching as high as they are, this wage is not sufficient enough to support a whole family or even just really one person. Um, So adjusting the minimum wage to even just $15 an hour would bring millions of people out of poverty. This could improve health, help these people out of poverty, grow the economy, and close the gap between gender wages. And then we have a universal basic income, or a UBI. Just I know we've already had one in the past, but this one would be like cemented and not just like a trial run compared to the last. But a UBI is a project that would allow citizens in America to receive a certain amount of money monthly, depending on your income that you're bringing in. A UBI would ensure that nobody is below the poverty line or struggling to make ends meet. And then this could reduce the income gap between the wealthy and the low income, which would provide a equal opportunity to everyone. And then we have fair progressive tax reforms. We already have those in place, but I think they should be a little bit stricter. Um, I think that the lower income should not have to pay as much as they are right now, and that the wealthier should pay more. Um, but a progressive tax reform would adjust the amount of money you pay towards taxes, making the wealthier people pay more money. It would ensure that lower income individuals aren't paying the money that is essential for them to live that month, or redistribute wealth in a better way, providing more opportunities to the lower income. Some challenges we might face would be political obstacles. Often proposals like this aren't really taken seriously by the government, or they just aren't recognized enough for it to get its feet on the ground running. The income data could be inaccurate, old, or even fabricated. Some people may try to lie to get more money, or they're turning in old documents that don't apply to their current situation. people becoming too reliant on this policy. So, with a policy like this in place, people could become more reliant on this form of money that they have, which could make them lazier in turn. And then the wealthier people could be opposed to this policy because it wouldn't favor them at all. And then I have the implementation into society. What we could do is spread awareness about this policy, think long term, and use technology to benefit the way we get our word out and try to get the best outcome possible. And then these are my references. I know that I was supposed to do like an actual works cited page, but I was, um, how do I say it? Kind of over it. But whenever you watch this, well, yeah, and that's all I have.